business owners and executives from around the Valley. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Good morning and thank you for watching Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza and we'd like to thank Flooring Liquidators for making this episode and all episodes of Business Leaders possible right here on KMPH Fox 26. I'm joined by Zahi Saleh with Triangle Drive-In. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Good deal. Everybody, if you haven't had Triangle Drive-In, you're missing out because you feel like you're going back into the 50s.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe you get when you get there.
You get there. Great food and Zahi, you're a young guy. And you have how many stores? How many restaurants?
I have 7 stores.
7 stores.
Yeah.
And it started in, what year was it?
It was established in 1963.
63, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been around that long, but I've been doing this for about 18 years.
Okay.
The restaurant was established by Burke and Mary Gurleone.
Okay.
They were a couple, a family that had it for about 40-something years.
Okay.
And I came in about 2005, I want to say, and they were ready to retire.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was young and, you know, still had a lot of energy and excited.
So you're just working there and experiencing that business?
No, actually, you know, what's interesting, Lance, is I got into this business with no experience at all.
No.
I was in college and I took a completely different turn. I mean, I was a computer major.
Okay.
And I was a computer geek, and I mean, I had some background experience in business. I did mostly retail. I was working for my dad in retail, and this venture came up, and they were ready to retire, and we just got them at the right time, and they were ready to retire.
It was a perfect opportunity.
It was a perfect opportunity. They were, you know, very nice people. I mean, they stayed with me for about 2 months.
Yeah.
So I got their 40-something years of experience in 2 months, and I tried to wrap it up in 2 months, but you know, they were very helpful along the way too.
It's almost like baptism by fire. You know, you're just thrusted into it, and
exactly. You know, and that's, I mean, you learn from mistakes and stuff like that. It took me a while to, you know, really figure things out. I mean, even with their experience and with the, you know, the help that they provided for me, it still was a bumpy road.
Yeah.
You know.
Than starting it on your own and trying to create the processes.
Yeah, it was just being able to maintain it. I mean, it was a well-established business, had a lot of clientele, and they were very helpful in. They introduced me to a lot of their clients and stuff like that. To the, you know, just to kind of get me comfortable and get the customers comfortable with me. And I was there for about 7 years until I actually opened up my first restaurant.
Yeah.
And so the first one I opened was on Barstow and First.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one used to be a Foster's for like, I don't know, like 20 years or something.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking it in 2013.
Okay.
And that was actually the first restaurant I actually opened, you know, from scratch.
From scratch, started from what you've learned from them and putting together your process. You probably made some tweaks and changes. Yeah. And got everything down.
We were able to expand it, you know, and the second location, I had a lot of fun with it. You know, and I was more attached to my second location because it was like my baby, you know.
Yeah, you birthed that one.
You know, I bring it up from nothing, and we did really good. And I was there for about 2 years. I was there like every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it takes. I mean, you know, in this kind of industry, you know, it's a tough industry. It takes a lot of your life away.
Yeah.
So. You know,
before the episode, when you walked in, you were saying, "Yeah, I have 7 restaurants. I have no life."
Yeah,
for the past 17 years.
Yeah, I was just joking with Martin. I was in the green room, just sitting there watching TV. I was like, "Man, I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched TV."
Yeah, it's like kind of nice for a moment.
Yeah, yeah. So,
so if you're just joining us here on Business Leaders, we're sitting here with Zahi Saleh with Triangle Drive-In. In Triangle Drive-In, real unique food. A lot of times when I go in there, you feel like you're going back to old-time diner where you're rolling in there and you have that 50s vibe going on. And it's pretty cool. Talk about some of the food that you have to offer at Triangle Drive-In. Again, if somebody watching Business Leaders, if you haven't gone to this place, it's a great place. Your fries are amazing. I got to tell you that.
The fries and the burger. I mean, you know, if you drive by a Triangle, any Triangle you drive by it, you'll be able to tell. I mean, why it's popular.
Yeah.
You know, you drive by any location and the smoke is just like all over the place, and you could smell it.
Yeah.
You can smell the burger as you drive by.
As you drive by.
And you know, I mean, and plus we've been established for a long time, and you know, we've been a part of the community for a long time, so we've established you know, a pretty strong base of customers, and that's what kind of helped us expand, because we've already known.
Yeah.
We're already known in the valley.
And maybe you're over in their community and they can now go to their neighborhood Triangle Drive-In.
You know, the thing is, you know, the Triangle has become like a tradition, you know. I mean, we have people that have came with their parents and they came with their grandparents, you know, because we've been open since the 60s.
Yeah.
And so it became like a landmark here in Fresno, especially the original one on Belmont 99.
Yeah. Good. I wondered if there was, because you said you had it for 17 years, and I was thinking, I thought Triangle was around for years, and now you answered that question.
Yeah.
So it has for many years, 60 years it's been here. And that's why I was telling, I had a CEO of a company who was here in town, and I said, let's go to lunch over here. And he goes, oh, that looks pretty cool. Yeah. And he loved it. He goes, man, this is like going back in time. I love it. This is stuff when I was a kid. You know, I felt like going in that drive-in diner.
I just want to say that, you know, all this wouldn't have been possible without Burke and Mary. I mean, they put 40 years of their life into that place. And, you know, I'm just happy that I could, you know, make them proud and, you know, and grow their business. And, you know, they come to each time I open up a store, they're there, and they're just super excited.
Still come back supporting you.
Wonderful people, yeah. We're friends on Facebook. We message a lot, and you know,
you're like family to them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you've got their adopted child.
Yeah, the one who took over their business.
Took over their business and running Triangle Drive-In. And what do you when you come into work? Because you probably have really good teams, and you put those teams together. What do you look forward to? What drives you?
You know, that's kind of one of the main things that is needed to, you know, to grow. I mean, if you have one restaurant and, you know, and you struggle with staffing and finding the right people, and, you know, I've been fortunate enough to come across, you know, wonderful people that have helped me grow and helped me expand, and I couldn't have done this without my team. So each time, you know, like I prep people, you know, I prep people for new positions, and by the time I open up a new store, I already have my crew already pretty much trained and ready.
Got them dialed in.
And just promoting people from other locations and, you know, giving them opportunity to grow with me.
To grow with you. We're going to take a short break, Zahi, and we'll be right back sitting with Zahi Saleh, and he's with Triangle Drive-In, and there's 7 locations. You got to go out and experience it, and I'm sure you know all about it already. You're watching Business Leaders right here on KMPH Fox 26. Don't go away, more to come. Welcome back to Business Leaders here on KMPH Fox 26. My name is Lance Cardoza. Every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. you can catch Business Leaders right here. And we want to remind you to take out your mobile phone, your smartphone, and scan the code on the screen. It'll take you to businessleaders.tv, and you can watch this episode and past episodes here of Business Leaders. And thank our sponsors, Flooring Liquidators, for making this episode possible. Zahi, we're talking about Triangle Drive-In. Talking about 17 years ago, you had to be a baby because you look like a young guy now. You go in and you get thrusted into the restaurant business. Yeah. You came in, you didn't have experience, right?
At all. I didn't have experience in the restaurant industry, and I didn't have any experience in managing people.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 19 years old.
19 years old. Wow.
So
cool.
This was my first year in college. I had taken a break and I started college. And it kind of got to be a little overwhelming for me, so I kind of just paused it for a second.
Yeah.
I was in the industry for about 6 years, and I decided to get a business degree after 6 years being out of school.
Yeah.
And that kind of, it set the stage for me, for my growth and my expansion. I was able to understand my business better. I was able to make the right moves in order to expand, and it helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and so if you're just tuning in here to Business Leaders, we're talking to Zahi about Triangle Diner, and we had, or Drive-In. We also have some exciting news that we'll talk about in the final episode, or the segment, excuse me, here on Business Leaders. Want to talk about that, a new venture that you started. But at 19 years old, and to do what you've done with Triangle and take that business that's been around for 60 years and expand it the way you have, and you put 7 locations now, right?
Yes.
And you started that first location, which you're very proud of, after the initial one you took over. What matriarch or somebody in your life sort of had that belief in you that said, you can do this?
You know, one of my number one inspiration is actually it's my father. You know, just his story, it inspired me, and you know, he was always very he pushed me a lot, you know, to accomplish what I have. And he actually funded my first venture. I mean, without him, I wouldn't have been here. But you know, he immigrated to the States in the 70s, and he used to work in the field, and that was some tough work, you know. And he built himself, and he ended up starting a business. He was an entrepreneur, and he's very proud of what we have accomplished.
What's your father's name?
His name is Abdul.
Abdul,
Yeah.
And he came from Yemen.
Yeah,
correct?
he's from Yemen. Yeah.
And so you see his tenacity and then how he pushed through, because I'm sure there was tough times, as we all experience, even in your business today.
Yeah.
We live it, we eat it, we breathe it. It's what we do. But you saw that from your father, but he saw something in you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he empowered you to go after it.
Oh yeah, he empowered me, you know, financially and you know, and emotionally too.
But I would say too, a lot of people, even with that emotion or that financial support, doesn't mean success.
Exactly.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you in the end of the day, and you proved you could do that, and you did it.
I mean,
but you felt empowered by him.
Yes, I did. You know, I mean, we all know that, you know, success is not just, you know, there's no one clear path towards success. You know, there's, you know, you're gonna make a bunch of turns, and you know, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes and
A lot of bumps in the road.
Yeah, and you know, and you learn from that. You know, and that's kind of one of the things that me going into this industry and not having any type of background. So, you know, that's what was hard, is because I was learning most of the stuff. Especially, you know, just, you know, basic stuff like, you know, repairs, or every time I had a little problem, you know, I would have to call somebody, you know, and that gets costly.
Oh yeah.
But now, you know, I do my repairs, I do the maintenance, I do, because, you know, I've experienced a lot of things, and so I'm able to troubleshoot problems and solve problems.
Yeah, and you get to experience the system and how it works, and improve on the system, repair the system.
Exactly,
and keep everything going.
And that I learned a lot from, you know, from going back to school, and that helped me a lot to, you know, improve my system that I have in place, and to better, you know, to better the business. Very beneficial. And you know, while I was going to school, that's when I actually opened up my first restaurant. And it was interesting because, you know, each time I was studying a topic, I was actually doing it hands-on at the same time. And I opened up the restaurant before I finished. So that was, you know, it was something, a good accomplishment.
Yeah, real life education in the process.
Yeah, so you're learning in class, and then, you know, you're turning around and implementing it right away.
Doing it. And a lot of really good people. I mean, I will name Tioga Sequoia with Michael Cruz. Same thing, right? From college, got thrusted right into it, and has never turned back, you know, and it does. It's real life experience, and that's something that can't be taught.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, an internship or a young person that's thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to go out there and take over the world, a lot of times go out and experience it a little bit. Put yourself in the trench and work.
You see, the thing was, when I went to school, you know, because it's typically like you go, you get a degree, and then you need experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the other way around for me. I had experience, you know, experience which, you know, cost me a lot.
Yeah.
And getting the degree, and, you know, I mean, the outcome that I was looking for was not like I was looking for, you know, a job or, you know, to get a career. I mean, I just wanted to kind of better my understanding in business.
Yeah.
And to look at things differently.
Be able to fine tune it.
Yeah. And so it worked out perfect for me.
We're going to talk about that big announcement, and it's out there now, but we want to tell everybody here on KMPH Fox 26, you're watching Business Leaders. Make sure you go to businessleaders.tv, catch this episode and more. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza. I want to make sure you scan the QR code at the lower third and catch our past episodes of Business Leaders. I've been sitting here in the studio at KMPH Fox 26 with Zahi with Triangle Drive-In.
Yes, sir.
And Triangle, 60 years Triangle Drive-In's been here in our valley. And you've been running it for 17 years and taking it to the new life of Triangle Drive-In.
I've been trying to run it and, you know, trying to not make it run me down.
Yeah.
But,
don't let your business run you, but run your business. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of lessons. You started at 19 years old.
19, yeah.
7 locations. There's a lot you've learned.
Oh, I've learned a lot, you know, and, you know, I mean, the best way for you to learn is, I mean, I would say, you know, that's where you actually, you know, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
You make mistakes, you learn from them, and you know, that's the best way to learn.
Yeah, you know not to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you will, but you always find something else not to do again.
Yeah.
And you'll learn from that process, and it's putting processes in place.
Yeah.
Correct. Some of the biggest franchise companies out there have figured out to put a process in place that works.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it goes beyond just the process, because there's the people that are very important.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah. Yeah, the most important is the people. Is the people buy from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your people are like family when they're coming back. You see the regulars come back all the time.
Exactly. I mean, we try to provide a unique customer service experience. You know, right now, like each location is owned and operated. And, you know, that's kind of a part of our concept is to keep it owned and operated. Mm-hmm. You know, when a place is owned and operated, you know, you get more out of that place, you know, and people like to spend money in their community and keep their money local.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're neighbors right here next door to the studio here, mm-hmm. and you know, a lot of them here are my customers, you know, and they go there.
They're running there for lunch all the time. Yeah.
They go there. They'll see me in the back, and they're cooking, and
yeah.
you know, like sometimes I'll have to fill in, or if they're short-handed or something.
Yeah.
I'll go in there, do a couple hours.
Yeah, and it's good to go in and see what's happening.
Oh yeah.
In your business, because you can fly at 40,000 feet and look down and make sure things are moving forward. But a lot of times, especially in the restaurant business,
exactly.
you need to be in there and you need to see what it's all about and see what's happening.
Exactly. I mean, it's different when you're there, and that's kind of one of the things when you have good people working for you. You know, that kind of puts you a little bit at ease. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, a lot of the people that I have, you know, they've been with me since day one, and you know, and I attribute a lot of the success to them. Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, it's tough. People struggle with you know, to staffing just one restaurant.
Yeah.
And then for you to deal with multiple locations and you know, that's just you multiply, and you know, the headache can multiply. And
you gotta have good team leaders at every one of those locations that see your vision and are going to drive that forward for you as well.
Exactly. And what we're doing is we're also providing opportunity for our management team, you know, for expansion. You know, each time we expand, you know, we'll place a manager, you know, as an owner operator, mm-hmm. and that's how we're kind of pushing this concept forward. You know, owner operator, because I can't be an owner operator at each location. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I mean, I wish it was just like that, you know, where I just worked in one location.
Yeah.
you know, just focusing on one thing, and life was a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity for an employee to come in and work their way up and become an owner-operator.
Exactly, and that's kind of one of the things that we use to motivate our team, and it's been working out great.
So we're talking about Triangle Drive-In, and you got to go down and you got to try. I love the burgers and I love their fries, and I'd love to try everything there that you have. Everything you have is really good.
It's just because you got good taste, that's all.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. But you have also 7 stores. So talk to us about where those locations are, where your 7 stores are out there.
So I have a location in Clovis, and it's on Shaw and Villa.
Okay.
And I have a location in Tulare, which is right off of 99. It's off Tulare and 99. Okay. The Tulare one, it used to be a Foster's Freeze. It's a very nice building, and has a drive-through and everything. The rest, I have 5 locations here in Fresno. Okay. The original one, which is on Belmont 99, that's the one that, you know, everybody knows, and you know, that's the landmark. That's, you know, a part of Fresno that. Oh yeah. You know, and we are actually that location is. I want to say it with confidence that it's the last, you know, burger joint, the old school burger joint.
Still around.
Yeah, still around. We had there was a Fat Jack's in Clovis. Yeah. That had like, I don't know, they had maybe like 10 years on us. Yeah. But they closed. Ah. They recently closed, and so we're the last one standing.
You're the last one standing and going strong.
Yeah, and then I have my Barstow and First location, and McKinley and Chestnut here, the neighbor one, and
so they, through those 7 locations, we got about 1 minute left. Let's talk about your new venture.
So you know, with my background, I'm originally from Yemen. And I wanted to bring like a piece of my culture to the community. Mm-hmm. So we opened up Bab Al Yaman Cafe. It's organic, premium Yemeni coffee. Oh wow! You know,
where's that located?
It's on Shaw and Marks. It's right next to the Triangle new location. Okay. You know, it's a very unique type of coffee, unique concept. Has a very unique presentation. And the people love it. We've been in business for about 5 months, and we're doing great.
Awesome. Thank you for being on my program, Business Leaders.
Thank you for having me.
Zahi, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for watching Business Leaders. That's all the time we have. Next Tuesday morning, 11 a.m., right here at KMPH Fox 26.